Hello, welcome. Glad to see you here, but I have a little bit of an issue. I need that flipped over here. I want to be facing the other way. Well, I don't know what to do. I guess only one thing to do, and that's to do a little bit of command block wizardry that's... Okay, it's a little bit cheaty, nearly. It's command block cheating. It's not even technically cheating, but it's cheating. It's so awesome. But let's do this. Let's see how this works. You get redstone block to power this command block over here. Let's see how this goes. Oh wow. You spin me right round, baby, right round, like a demonetized video, baby. Right round, YouTube, please don't demonetize. I'm joking. I don't have any ads on this video. It's fine. Now, let us continue with this, and I'll show you exactly how you can do this yourself in 3, 2, 1. So the first step in this command block wizardry is just to get the coordinates right. Now first I'm going to explain a little bit about how this works, though it's pretty simple and shouldn't take long. Basically we'll be taking the first coordinate here, first coordinate here, and then we'll be taking the second coordinates way up there somewhere in a straight line. It's going to make this sort of shape if we could actually see it, but it's going to be obviously way over there. It's going to be another coordinate we're going to have to set. And to get started, I'm going to be using these here to actually do the command. However, obviously, if you're not comfortable using those, you could also use these as well, or you could follow along exactly with the video. This one should work no matter which direction that you're facing in, so should be fine. Or you could just use your numbers, but I would recommend to make sure that you're using either these or using these here, because this is it doesn't matter which one you use, just depends on which one you're more comfortable with, because each one's slightly different. So if you're not familiar with either of these, then probably leave the video, because you're not going to succeed at this one. Look up how to use the clone command, and then but I'll first do a little bit of a demonstration for the tildes, not the tildes, sorry, the little arrows, just in case if you didn't know. If you do a, for example, set block and we use these, we can do like 10, and then stone, it does it 10 blocks where we're facing. So whichever direction we're facing, it's going to put the thing there. Now actually I'd probably put it one up to make it a bit more accurate. But it's extremely useful because, you know, there's a lot of times when you want something to happen where you're looking, and this is definitely the easiest way to do so for sure. And that's basically what we're going to be using, is that one, and we're going to be doing that same exact command, not really command, but more of the clone command version of that, where we use those to do the start and end locations, which I believe to be slightly easier in my opinion, but obviously I'm used to using these, so it's not big of a deal. So the first direction, we're going to the left, and to do that, we're going to use a +1 at the beginning of it, and then we're going to, since we know it's a +1, and we're only going 1 to the left, we're going to have to put a +1 here, because if we don't put that there, actually, yeah, I'll show you a demonstration of what would happen if we didn't put that there. And let me do this here, and then -2. We did... Oh, I forgot. I have to look this way, don't I? I'm so smart. Here we go. As you can see, it teleports it over there. We'll clones this block over there. Well, actually, it teleports it 1 block down. But yeah, as you can see, that would be a serious issue, but you can fix it by just adding a +1 right there. But the issue with it being in the ground will be fixed once we add a command block, because they'll work better with this direction. But since we have the direction and all that already worked out, I already know the numbers that I'll need to fit this in, but basically if you didn't, I would recommend basically starting out, we're going to be starting, which is about -40, fly over to where you're going to be ending it, which would be over here, which is about +49 or so. About +44. Then just adding them together so that you know how far apart they are. Well, I guess, yeah, figure out how far apart they are, which is about 89 or so blocks. And that's one reason why I'm going to be using an 89 for this one. So it's going to be 89 blocks in that direction. And it's about 100 144 blocks tall, but I'm just going to be doing 145, which you could see this if I teleport it up. Let me get my little teleportation stick. Oh, that's way too fast, but that's fine. As you can see, it's about 144. Here we go. Yeah, pretty much it's exactly 144, but just in case, I extend it a little bit higher because I'm picky and I don't want to accidentally mess up. So I just extend it a little bit too far, which is fine, and it shouldn't break anything. And let's see any other commands we'll be using. So we got this one over here, 189, 145, 2, and I'm going to be not teleporting, but cloning it over there, which you saw earlier in the intro of this video. It was cloned over there, flipped, which is what I'll be doing here. So it's going to be about 35 blocks over there. And let's get me a command block. I will be time-lapsing this next part. I want to try not to do too many video cuts and whatnot, because I want to really show you guys the process of me doing it, and I don't want to have too much cut out, so I'm just going to do a time-lapse. Impulse needs redstone. I would recommend having a keyboard for this, because you have to have a separate command for every single one of these layers, but obviously most people don't build stuff as big as I do, so for most of your creations it will not be nearly as large as the one I'm doing. Well, actually, it depends. It really depends on how big your stuff is, because it's doing it layer by layer. So yeah, it really depends on how big you build your stuff. 237, let's see. I'm gonna break it here. So that's how far I'm gonna go, is to 237. Ooh, jeez. Here we go. I'm gonna put that back in my inventory so I don't accidentally teleport all over the place. But yeah, for you shouldn't have very many issues with this. But I'm not entirely sure. Obviously, it depends on how big it is. Make sure when you're putting in the commands that you're very, very careful, because it's just ridiculously easy to accidentally mess this up. Because if you just mess up one of these commands right here, it will mess up an entire layer, which it's easy to fix. Literally, let's say if you have one messed up here, basically all those are right except for this one. So you fix this one and the rest of them, which, as you can see, it's quite a few commands, but they're the exact same command over and over again. So you can use a phone to possibly copy your stuff over, and it makes it easier. But what we're going to be doing is we're going to be cloning this one 35 blocks. Well, actually, let me show you an example with this one being here. So if we're cloning this to there, we're cloning it 2 blocks over. So if we're going to clone this layer here to there, first off, we're moving one in this way and one in this direction. That means that we're basically adding 2 to its direction. So example, so this is 1, 2. This one will be 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And basically we have to continue that over. So if that was 2, this has to be 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and so on. Let me show you do that in action. And since it's 35 blocks, it'll be 37, and then it'll be 39. And actually, I would recommend not using the, don't go in there, just, yeah, there we go, 41. And if you need to, I would recommend using the masked part, because then if you do mask, it'll make sure that air does not ruin anything. If you're actually doing it for a large structure, make sure you're using masked, because most likely you're doing it around terrain. You don't want to mess up your terrain, so make sure you're using your masked, clone masked. Which if you do anything with commands, you should know that one, but just in case I had to make sure I mentioned that. And I'm going to start in on the time lapse, and I will catch you whenever I get this done. Okay, finally, we are back. I got the little bit of commands here done. Took me not too long. It was a fair amount of time. Definitely a lot faster than doing this, by hand, that's for sure. And let's try it out and see if this works. And obviously it does. It looks pretty nice. And this is pretty much it. If you have any other ideas that you want me to do, for example, some more of my world edit stuff that you want to see, then don't forget to comment down below. If you want to learn some more about building and a little bit about commands in the future, don't forget to subscribe. Hope you have a wonderful, sublime, majestic, fantastic day, and God bless. No, I'm not Bob Ross. Stop asking, please. Thank you.